and they're in now, so now I just won't even mess with it. Okay, let's do yoga, you guys. Thank you for all your assistance. You may mute yourself. I'm not touching anything because I feel like I am not technology friendly today. But I am outside in the sunshine, so that's nice. Okay, let's just start lying down. So lie down on your back and then take a big full body stretch. So just take a moment and feel your body, reach your body long, maybe even climb an invisible rope overhead. So reach with one arm, reach with the other arm. And then as you're ready, arms come down by your sides, feet on the ground with your knees bent. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips and let your knees fall in. And arms can rest by your sides, or if you want, maybe you bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. And let's take some big, deep breaths together. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top. And then big open mouth sigh, let it go. Again, like that, inhale, fill up. Take a moment to pause, maybe sip in a little bit more. Breathe all the way down into your low belly, low back. And sigh it out, let it go. Open your mouth. Last time, biggest inhale you've taken all day long. Hold in fullness. I dare you to make a little bit of noise, a little bit of sound with your exhalation. Just try it. Just feeling your voice for a second, the vibration of your voice. Now drop into your Ujjayi breath. So seal your lips. And just start to move your breath slowly up and down the entire length of your torso, the entire length of your spine. It's a deep diaphragmatic breath. Lips stay sealed. It's in and out through your nose, but it's coming from your diaphragm. And as it moves through your throat, the muscles in your throat are constricting gently. So they regulate the breath, they slow it down, and they create a little Darth Vader sound. So see if you can start to connect with this Ujjayi breath. For me, it was like an aha moment in my yoga practice when I finally figured out Ujjayi breath. It changed everything for me. So if you don't get it today, no big deal, but keep exploring it. Keep getting curious about it every single week. So tapping into Ujjayi or just breathing as big as you can, slowly, deeply, in whatever way works best for you. Let's start to bring in some movement. So keep your feet nice and wide, wider than your hips, about mat width distance apart. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground and just windshield wiper your knees from side. And this can be done really passively, just kind of moving back and forth, or it can be done a little more actively. Flex your toes, and as you let your knees fall to one side, press your top knee forward and down. See if you can stay rooted through the backs of your shoulders. Maybe gaze in the opposite direction as you take your knees. So back and forth. This is such a therapeutic movement if you allow it to be. Move with your breath, make it a moving meditation. And then eventually, so maybe finish the round you're on or take one more. Come back to center. Bring your feet together and let your knees fall open like a book. So press your heels together. If this bothers your low back, Then slide your feet a little further away from your upper body. Arms down by your sides, palms face the ground. Exhale, press your heels together. And as you inhale, see if you can lift your butt up. Maybe an inch, maybe a couple inches. Squeeze through your outer glutes. And imagine you're trying to press your knees down, but at the same time as you press your knees down, you want to lift your hips higher. Press your heels together. Breathe all the way down. One more big deep breath. Lift, squeeze, soften your face. End of your exhale, release. Maybe let your knees just ever so gently bounce up and down. Maybe a couple open mouth sighs. Maybe try making some noise. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds since I'm using my headphones, but these birds, man, they making some noise. All right. My backyard has so many birds. We're going to do 2 more rounds like that. So stay in this position. This is called Reclined Cobblers pose. A lot of people just call it butterfly pose. Press your heels together. Exhale all your air out. And as you inhale, lift your hips, lift your butt, squeeze through your outer glutes, your outer hips, your outer butt cheeks. And then imagine somebody's pressing your knees towards the ground and you're trying to press your hips up higher. Press your heels together, breathe, soften your face. 1 more round. End of your exhale, let that go. Again, maybe bouncing your knees up and down, super gentle. Good job, friends. We got 1 more round. Reconnect to your slow, steady breath, Ujjayi, if you know it, if it works for you. Exhale all your air out. Last time, inhale, press your heels, lift your hips, squeeze through your outer glutes, squeeze, 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 lift higher. Maybe press your knees down, lift, lift, lift. 1 more big inhale. So not press your knees all the way down, but just as far as you can. Exhale, let it go. Bring your knees back up and start to move through those windshield wipers again, side to side. So just like before. Good job, you guys. All right. Finish the round you're on. Maybe take 1 more. And then come back to center, happy baby pose. So knees to the outsides of your ribs, soles of your feet face the sky. Press up through your heels, flex your toes back, pull down with your arms, press up through your heels. If you're outside like me, we always joke at my yoga retreats. It's really good to get some sunshine in your butthole. I'm so sorry. That's just funny. Happy baby. So embody a happy baby. Yoga should be playful. It should be fun. It shouldn't be too serious all the time. Maybe you want to straighten 1 leg. Maybe you want to straighten both legs. Everybody needs a little more sunshine. You know where. Okay. Don't tell your HR or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Okay, friends, let your happy baby go. And then let's just draw both knees in towards our belly. Give them a big squeeze. And if you want, you can even lift your head. Take 1 more round squeeze. And then release your squeeze a little bit, but we're going to start to rock and roll. So I like to just grab hold of the backs of my thighs, rock and roll a few times, forward and back. See if you can make these rocks really smooth. Little engagement of your core. Eventually, rock all the way up. Cross your ankles. Bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Come forward to hands and knees, tabletop position. So once you're on hands and knees, tabletop, let's just start to move intuitively. So what does intuitively feel like in your body? There's no right or wrong. Maybe it's big circles with your hips. Maybe it's cat-cows. Maybe it's just a child's pose. Here's Miss Ruby. So anything that calls to you, and imagine yourself like a four-legged creature. Ruby's going potty for us. I don't know if you can see it, but four-legged creatures, animals, they just feel their bodies. They don't think, oh, I'm going to flex my spine, and now I'm going to extend my spine. They just do it. They just feel into it. They feel into what feels tight. How do I stretch that? What feels sore? What needs to be moved? So feel into your body as if you're an animal. Maybe close your eyes if that's helpful. Good job, friends. Come back to neutral, and let's just find our way into our first downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, down dog. Take a moment in your down dog. Feel around, just like you're a four-legged creature. What feels good? How can you find more length in your spine and your side bodies? How can you find more of a connection to your center? More strength in your shoulders, more strength in your hands. So imagine if you had to walk around on your hands all the time. You can just be like, ow, my wrists hurt. You'd have to figure out, how do I use my hands? How do I build strength? So press into your fingertips, grip the ground, especially press your thumbs and index. Take one more big inhale, push the ground away, lift your hips up. You might bend your knees a lot. And then as you exhale, slowly crawl your hands to the back of your yoga mat, coming into a forward fold. Once you're in your forward fold, you guys, you're going to go straight into spinal roll-ups and roll down. Sorry about that beep. I put it on do not disturb. Do not disturb me. Okay, so spinal roll-ups and roll downs. You guys have done this a million times, just rolling up. And then once you're up, your head stacks, your shoulders roll up, back and down, and roll back down. Slow, slow, slow. This isn't a race. It's just an exercise in mindfulness. It's a really therapeutic movement for our spine and even a stretch for the backs of our legs for our hamstrings. But it's not all of that if you just go through the motions mindlessly. So feel into your body, feel into your spine. Keep a little bend in your knees. And imagine there's an invisible wall right behind you. You're trying not to touch your butt to that wall. Slow, steady breaths. You can plug in your breath however you want. Just keep it slow and intentional. Feet, I would recommend at least hips width distance apart, all 10 toes face forward. Take one more round. So one more round, and then end up in a forward fold. So basically, next time you're in a forward fold, just hang out there. But don't hurry to get there. Take your time, slow and steady. Good job. Once you're in your fold, let your neck relax, head heavy, maybe a little shake, yes, no. Inhale, lift halfway. So spine parallel to the ground, stick your butt out, reach the top of your head forward. Exhale, fold back. Again, like that, halfway lift. So really feel into the length from the top of your head back to your sit bones. Exhale, fold. This time, halfway lift, rise all the way up, take your arms up. Inhale, hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, arms reach up, stretch, lengthen. Swan dive down, exhale. So slowly dive, feel your body move through space. Breathe into your halfway lift position. Exhale, bow and fold all the way to empty in your breath. Navel to spine connection. From that place, rise, press into your feet. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. If you want a little more, press your palms together, bend your elbows, and imagine your elbows are magnetized. Now see if you can keep that. Start to reach your hands back. Maybe knuckles reach down as your heart lifts up. Take one more big inhale here. Puff up through your chest. Exhale, keep your clasp and dive down slowly. Forward fold, fingers interlaced. If you're pressing your palms and that's too much, let that part go. Bend your knees a little or a lot. Your heels are light. Crown of your head towards the ground. Sit bones towards the sky. Use your core to lift your butt higher. Lift your knuckles higher. Soften your face. One more big inhalation. Exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms hang. You can give them a little shake out. Maybe shake your head. Reconnect to your breath. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands or your fingertips like you're a four-legged creature, like you're an animal. Slowly crawl forward. So not heavy crawls, but literally like you're an animal. You're crawling, crawling, crawling. Plank position is where we'll end up. So high plank, top of a push-up, or modified plank, top of your push-up. Take one more inhale and really push the ground away. Exhale to slowly lower. Back bend of your choice. I'm going for Spider-Man Cobra. It's my favorite. You can go for low Cobra, up dog, Sphinx. Stay and move around a little. Feel to maybe gaze over one shoulder than the other side than the other. And then eventually let it go. No hurry. Find your way back to child's pose. And in your child's pose, your knees can be nice and wide, or your knees can be together, or they might be somewhere in between. Reconnect to your big, deep breaths. So if nothing else, you guys, yoga will teach you to breathe. So do you know how many humans in our world walk around and they do not even know how to breathe down into their belly? So if nothing else, start to breathe down into your belly and just feel that. If nothing else, keep practicing your Ujjayi breath. It's life-changing. So the breath is so, so, so valuable. So don't discount it. I really strongly believe that if everyone could connect with their breath, it would change the world. That's just me though. All right, rise up to your hands and your knees, tabletop. From here, we're going to move into a spinal balance position. So in order to get out of your wrists, we don't want to sink into our wrists. So spread your fingers and press down through your fingertips. Feel your arms get strong. Feel your chest, your pectorals get strong. Keep that in your left arm, your left hand, and take your right arm forward. Now, keep drawing your belly button in and up. Take your left leg back. So right arm is going forward, left leg is reaching back. Strong, long, powerful line. Gaze down, so back of your neck is long. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in, round your spine, hollow out your belly. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale again, just like that, slow motion, elbow to knee, curl in, hollow out. Inhale, lengthen. And one more time, exhale, elbow to knee, navel to spine, all the way to empty in your breath. Inhale, reach. Now exhale, set your right hand down. Spread your fingers, push into the ground. Pivot on your right knee. So if you need to, you can take your back foot down and then kind of pivot on your right knee so your right foot is off the right side of your mat. Left leg back behind you on the ground or floating. Left arm up. Modified side plank. Maybe take your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Lengthen your left side. Press your hips forward. Stay here, or final option, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot, and then kick. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. See if you can let your heart look up. So literally, I'm letting my heart look up at the sunshine. Feel that, embody that, let your heart open. Take one last big breath. Sending you some sunshine. End of your exhale, let it go. Come back to hands and knees. All right, so hands and knees. Take just a moment, a little bit of intuitive movement, whatever feels good. We'll take thread the needle. So from hands and knees, extend your right leg straight out to the right with your toes facing forward. And then left arm straight out to the left. Reach your left arm all the way up towards the sky. Big inhale here. As you exhale, thread your left arm through. So reach, 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 and then come down to rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. If you don't like having your right leg extended out to the right, no big deal, just set your right knee down. Anywhere you want to go with this pose. Focus on your breath. Breathe into your low back, low belly. All right. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, set your right hand down. And next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm, reach it all the way up, open up, gaze up. Exhale, left hand comes down. If you have your right leg extended out, take it back. And then everybody, if you have your right knee down, extend your right leg back. Now take your right tiptoes off the left side of your yoga mat. Pull your hips over to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So maybe bending one or both elbows, maybe rounding or arching a little bit. So feel into it, breathe into it. One more big breath. End of your exhalation, come back to your hands and your knees. Again, just that little bit of intuitive movement, whatever calls to you. From your hands and knees, take it back to downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog. Taking you guys inside because I'm overheating. It's so nice, but the sun is too much. That's why I'm not a hot yogi for life. Just Jason. All right, friends. From your down dog, just like we did before, start to crawl your hands to the back of your yoga mat. Once you're at the back of your mat, you'll find yourself in a forward fold. Bring your feet, if they're not already, hips width distance apart or perhaps just a little bit wider. Halfway lift position. And then from your halfway lift, bend your left knee a lot. Left fingertips to the ground, right arm to the sky. Pull your right hip back and really stay rooted through the inner edge of your right foot. If you want, your right arm can wrap behind you. Take one more big spacious breath. And then unwind and switch to the other side. So right knee bends a lot, right hand on the ground. Maybe your right fingertips, left arm up. Stay rooted through the inner edge of left foot. Pull your left hip back. Breathe. Maybe your left arm wraps behind you. Good job, friends. End of your exhale. Let it go. And then Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, slowly crawl forward. Plank or modified plank. So take a moment to find your strength. Spread your fingers, push the ground away. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Back bend of your choice. Lift your heart, tone your low belly. Take as long as you want to here. And then just sit back into a child's pose. Knees wide or knees together or somewhere in between. Slow, deep breath. It's only Jason, Rich, and Ramona, my OGs forever. Everyone else, I scared away. Just joking. But you guys get a gold star on your forehead for staying. We've been outside, we've been inside, we've been earphones on, earphones off. I don't know, maybe more is going on over there on the other end, but you're still with me. Thank you. Take one last breath in your child's pose. Rise up to your hands and your knees, tabletop. So tabletop, spread your fingers and push into the ground. Feel the strength in your arms. Now keep that strength and take your left arm forward. So your right fingertips are really pressing into the earth, pressing the ground away. Now keep the strength in your belly. So navel to spine connection, take your right leg back. So left arm forward, right leg back, spinal balance. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Curl in, hollow out, all the way to empty in your breath. Inhale, re-extend, get long. Exhale, slowly, elbow to knee. Empty out, navel to spine. Inhale, reach. And last time, exhale. All the way to emptiness. Inhale, re-extend. And this time, exhale, set your left hand down. Pivot on your left knee. So if you need to, you can set your right foot down and kind of lift your left knee. Left foot should be on the outside, the left side of your mat. Right arm reaches up. Right foot can stay down or float your right foot up. Make your right leg strong. Maybe take your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Maybe bend your right knee and reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Turn your heart towards the sky. Press your hips gently forward. Breathe down into your belly. Slow, spacious breath. Heart towards the sky. Last round. End of your exhalation. Release. Come back to hands and knees. Tabletop. Take just a little bit of intuitive movement. So just kind of moving around. Cat cows, hip circles. And then we'll thread the needle. So left leg extends straight out to the left, toes face forward. Right arm out to the right, and then all the way up. Inhale here, open up. Exhale, thread your right arm through. So reach through, come down to rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. If you don't like having your left leg extended, no big deal. Just set your left knee down. You can explore. So if you want to take your left arm behind you or any other variation, go for it. Yay, we got Jared back. All right, so breathe into your back body. Wi-Fi went out, he says. No biggie. Glad you're back. I was like, maybe I'm joking around too much today. I've offended the true yogis, you know, the serious yogis. I think yoga should not be taken so seriously. I think there should be a playfulness to it. So that's me. Okay, friends, take a couple more rounds. Gotta keep you, on your toes. No pun intended. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, set your left hand back down. And next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm, reach it all the way up, open up. Exhale, right hand comes down. If you have your left leg extended, just pick it up, extend it back. If you don't have it extended, pick it up, extend it back, and then left toes off the right side of your mat. Pull your hips to the left, gaze back over your right shoulder, look back at your tiptoes. Maybe bend one or both arms, elbows, maybe round, maybe arch, rock forward, rock back, come down to your forearms. Last big breath here. Tabletop. A little bit of intuitive movement. Downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. So push the ground away with your fingertips. Lift from your center. There's an invisible rope pulling up on your belly button and tugging back. Take one more big in-breath. This time, exhale. Gaze to the top of your mat. Step, tiptoe, or hop. Forward fold, top of your space. Halfway lift position as you breathe in. Exhale, fold. Now listen, right foot stays where it's at. Step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat. Let's rise up to a crescent lunge. So strong legs, rise, arms to the sky. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Square off your hips, pull your right hip back, left hip forward, tone through your low belly. Soften. So when I say soften, soften around the pose. Soften the muscles in your face where you do not need to be working. Let those muscles relax. Soften your outer shell. One last big inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Let's bring our hands to the inside of our right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your mat and even a little more forward. Back knee can stay lifted or back knee can come down for a little less intensity. Start to lower your upper body towards the ground. Try not to collapse to your left. So encourage your weight to your right. And if you want, you can spin your right toes out to the right or even roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Try not to let your right knee fall inwards. If this feels uncomfortable, feels super uncomfortable for me to breathe into it, soften around it. Send your breath down into your hips. Take about 2 more. Open mouth exhales at any time. All right, now listen, come back up to your hands if you're not already there. Frame your front foot with your hands. If your back knee's down, lift it up. So tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And we're either going to step switch or jump switch. So step switch looks like this. Jump switch looks like this. If you want to take a couple just for fun, go for it. Left foot forward, right leg back. When you're ready, rise up to your crescent lunge. Square off your hips, pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Stability through your legs, structure, integrity. Tone your belly, lift your heart, reach your fingertips up, gaze up. Soften around it, soften within it. Maybe the tiniest smile on your face. Sometimes I look out at my classes and everybody looks like they're being tortured. So I don't want that. Take one more big inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down. Bring your hands to the inner edge of your left foot, inside of your left foot, I should say, and then just walk your left foot out wide. So it might even come off of your mat a little bit. Walk it forward an inch or so as well. Back knee can stay lifted. That will be really intense. Back knee can come down for a little bit less intense. And then slowly start to lower your upper body down. It's like you're melting your heart towards the ground. Tendency will be to collapse to the right. Encourage your weight to the left. Try not to let your front knee come forward of your ankle, not because that's bad and you're going to hurt yourself, just because once you do that, the mobility is now coming from your knee and your ankle rather than your hip. Left toes can pivot. You roll on the outer edge of your to the outer edge of your left foot. Keep your ankles strong. Take about 2 more breaths. And slowly lift back up to your hands. Walk your left foot back to midline. So just framing your left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step your back foot forward, forward, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet. Take it all the way up to stand. Arms reach up, gaze up. Hands to heart. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach. Swan dive down. Follow your breath. Traction out your spine. Breathe in, spinal extension. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank or modified. Inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale, slowly lower. Lift your heart, back bend of your choice. Child's pose. As you're ready, sit back and rest. Slow, deep breaths. And just notice what's moving through your body. Anything that's there, anything you can feel. Physical sensation, energy, emotion. Not trying to fix, but just allowing. Downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, take your right leg to the sky. Do whatever feels good. So maybe you keep it straight and strong. Maybe you open your hip or roll out your ankle. So take a moment to really find something in your down dog. Find length, find space, find strength, find power. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, pigeon, right shin to the top of your mat. Gently set your body down. Right knee is towards the outer right edge of your mat, not midline. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. So plug the femur bones into the hip sockets. Keep pulling your right hip back and even slightly up. Like there's a rope attached to your butt cheek pulling up. Bow forward, heart forward. Humble pigeon. If you know that this pose just works better for you on your back in a supine position, figure 4 with your legs, please feel free. Focus on those big, deep Buddha belly breaths. So just a heads up, friends, I'm leaving on Saturday for my Morocco yoga retreat. So Jenny is subbing next Thursday. She'll be on, and then I'll be back the following Thursday. And if you guys are interested, I do so many retreats, so check them out. I have Peru with spots left in January. I have Thailand in March, Spain in July, Ireland in June. Check it on my website, katieshifkinyoga.com. All right. No pressure. Take one last round of breath. They're really fun, and I'd love to have any of you. Okay, let's come back up and meet in a downward facing dog. So you can get there however you want to. I'm going to come back into a 3-legged dog with my right leg up. Give it a gentle little shake out. If it would feel good, you can even flip your dog. Oh, yeah. And then we'll meet back in down dog, walk it out. If you want to take a vinyasa on your own, go for it. All right. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Whatever you want to do, open your hip, roll out your ankle, or just stay where you're at and find length and strength. Feel your breath, feel the length in your side bodies, feel the power in your hands, grip with your fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale, pigeon, left shin forward, gently set your body down. Left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat, pull your left hip back, right hip forward, so squaring off. Plugging in and bow. Soften around the pose, soften within the pose. Same way you do in your lunge. Imagine you're trying to spread your toes in your left foot. Pull your left hip back and slightly up as you bow even further forward. If you want to go deeper, scoot your back knee back further. Okay, take about 3 more rounds. Feel free to sigh out your mouth at any time. Same as we did on the right. We'll find our way back to down dog. So go your own way. Go your own way. Or come with me. Plant your hands, spread your fingers, tuck your back toes, left leg back and up. Gently shake it out. Flip your dog if you'd like. If you do flip your dog, give yourself at least 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 big breaths. And eventually regular down dog, just walk it out. Vinyasa on your own if you'd like. Take one more deep breath into your down dog. And of your exhale, set your knees down. Let's come back down onto our back body. So find your way all the way onto your back, whichever direction you want to face. Draw your knees towards your belly and rock gently from side to side. Give your low back a little massage against the ground. Keep your right knee drawing in. And extend your left leg forward. Reach your right arm out to the right and scoot your hips just a little bit over to the right. Roll onto your left side. So shoulders square towards the sky, gaze up or gaze over your right shoulder. Feel the length from your right shoulder down to your right hip and create more of that. More length, more space with each breath. Exhale all the way to empty every time. Letting go of resistance, softening. Ah. Big intentional breaths down into your belly. Okay, end of your next exhale, roll back onto your spine and kind of readjust. Keep your left leg extended, but scoot your hips so they're straight down from your shoulders. You're back in alignment. Draw your right knee up towards your right armpit. Hands in front of your right shin if you can. If not, back of your right thigh is fine. Hug in and up towards your right armpit. Squeeze in and up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Big, deep Buddha belly breath. And then let it go. Full body stretch. Arms reach. Legs reach. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your left knee up towards your belly. Moving into our twist. Scoot your hips over to the left. Reach your left arm out to the left. Roll onto your right side. So if you need to make any adjustments so that this feels better for you, so that you feel like you can breathe easier, so that you feel like your breath can flow more freely, then please feel free to adjust. Gaze up or over left shoulder. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Melting breath by breath into your twist. End of your next exhale, take it all the way to empty. And then come back onto your spine, back to center. Keep your right leg extended long, but kind of scoot your hips back so they're straight down from your shoulders. You're back in alignment. Draw your left knee up towards your left armpit, hands around the front of your shin or back of your thigh. Squeeze in and up towards your armpit, in and up, big, deep Buddha belly breath. There's a heavy sandbag on top of your right thigh. Let it go. Full body stretch, arms long, legs long. Maybe you press down through your back ribs just a little bit. Keep that as you reach. Inhale. Exhale, draw both knees towards your belly, a little rock, maybe a happy baby, or if there's any other poses, stretches, movements you want to take, feel free to take them. And slowly start moving towards your final relaxation. And as you move into your Shavasana, my friends, my thought for you this is by Jeff Brown. When confronted with people judging your experience, please remember this. The truthfulness of your experience is not determined by how it is measured, judged, or perceived by another. It stands alone as lived experience. People's opinions are often meaningless reflections of their own filters and projections. Nothing to do with the events that occurred. Nothing to do with what was real for you. Just their story superimposed onto yours. In fact, no one can take the real away from you. No one. So when they try to whittle you down with their version of your reality, remind them that your lived experience is not up for debate. It is yours and yours alone. So really, that's true for all of us. We're the only one that can truly know our experience. And it doesn't matter what other people's judgments or perceptions are. It only matters what's true deep down in our own heart and our own soul. So feel into what is true for you, what feels right and in alignment in your body, what doesn't. And kind of let that be your guide through life. Start feeling your body, start listening to what it's telling you, the signals it gives you. So for these last few moments, friends, there's still a few minutes to the hour. 6 minutes to the hour to be exact. So take as much time as you can to just simply lay here, let your breath be effortless. But watch your breath with your awareness, with your mind's eye. Feel whatever's inside of your body fully. So don't try to avoid it. And you're not trying to relax. The more you try to relax, it really just has the opposite effect. So just be with whatever's there. If there's anxiety there, let it be there and breathe into it. Witness it, watch it. If there is anger, don't push it away, don't force it away. It's literally impossible. Just let it be there and feel what it feels like. Where do you feel it? If it was a color, what color would it be? And visualize it. So take these last few moments to just explore inhabiting your body with your awareness. That's really what meditation and the essence of yoga is all about. So I'll leave you here. Stay for as long as you'd like, as long as you can. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for your patience with everything. Love you guys. Namaste.